Good morning, Warren County. You are hanging out with your host of the show from Warren First 931, Kelly Walker Slaughter. It is a Tuesday morning. I am bright and bushy-tailed as always, as best as I can be, I should say. We are live in the Tops Frozen Yogurt and Metro Deli studios. But with that said, today is going to be an amazing day. And so I always say, let's make it count, right? With that said, currently in downtown McMinnville, it is 76 degrees. Again, sunny conditions will continue on all day long with gust of winds up to 7 miles per hour. Yesterday wasn't too terrible, really. But right now it's 76. The high for today will be 94 degrees, and then the low will be 63 degrees. And all this is being brought to you by our weather sponsors, by Reddick Brown Ford. Tomorrow, the high will be 96 and the low of 66. Thursday, it's going to be partly cloudy, high of 96, a low of 68. Now, everybody's like wondering, has the weather changed? And yes, y'all, Labor Day weekend, I said somebody needs to give Mother Nature a hug, but as of right now, the weather shift has changed. There are no percentages of chances of rain this weekend. It has shifted. And Saturday, Sunday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday are going to be in the 80s. So Friday is the high of 91. Going into Labor Day weekend, on Saturday, the high is going to be 88. On Sunday is 87. And then on Monday, the high on Labor Day is going to be 83 degrees. And before I forget to mention this, we will not be broadcasting on Monday on Labor Day because that is family time. So for me. But again, I hope each and every one of you have a great Memorial Day weekend, and make sure, I was following a lot of people's posts where they're going camping, some are going kayaking, some are going, doing some fun outdoor activities before it gets too cold. And just like the McMinnville Police Department says, always use caution and be safe, and use all the safety procedures to have a fun and safe Labor Day weekend. But with that said, it's just going to be a great rest of the week. And it doesn't look like the rain right now has been pushed back to Wednesday with a 40% chance of rain on Wednesday. But again, like I said, all of that could change instantly. With that said, I got you guys this morning, we actually got to do, I'm going to add this to the stage real quick, and I muted it. So I have put on my Facebook page and my Instagram page, and I'm putting this on YouTube today. If you want to see the complete video of, or part one of the town hall meeting over Grundy County and Warren County's concerns of the biosolids. Now, this was held right on primary election night. I wasn't able to be there, but me and Jonathan Womack got out there. We set all the stuff up for them so we could broadcast this. And so they had Robert out there that you're seeing on the screen right now talking. They had Tommy Savage. They had Miss Janice Bolin was there. If you want to see the videos, I'm going to put all 3 videos on my YouTube channel today. But on Facebook and Instagram, the first part 1's on there, but part 2 is going to be put on today. And then I'll put part 3 on tomorrow. But with that said, make sure you check out these videos. They're very informative. They're trying to get the word out to people about what is going on. And essentially what has happened is when Tommy Savage brought this to the Chattanooga News Board, because you can actually go back on YouTube and see the very first one when this happened over a year ago, that he brought up concerns of the citizens and things weren't being listened. So he sent it to the Chattanooga News Press, because that's where we're getting these biosolids from. And once he did that, he got the movement going to put in certain health codes and certain procedures that had to be dealt with the bio waste, because it was a free fertilizer that was being shipped from Chattanooga to here to our local farmers. But as you can see, they're starting to change some things. And so they wanted to make sure to bring these concerns up to the citizens and to make sure that we're just staying on top of this. And that's what this is all about. It's staying on top of it. So thank you to Amy Foltz and to Tommy Savage for getting in touch with me to once again letting me be a part of this with Warner and First 931 and as well as Community TV TN. We're just so thankful for that. But again, you can see part 1 on Facebook and Instagram right now. But after today, once I get off here, you're going to see part 1, part 2, and part 3 of the videos on YouTube. You can see it all together. But I just wanted to make sure to show you guys that so you're aware that these concerns are coming back up again. And we just wanted you to know, because a lot of people couldn't make the town hall meeting. And so when we got all this together and made sure we had to show it to all the appropriate people to make sure it looked right. So now it looks great. It's good to go. We didn't even have to do hardly any editing except to separate the videos because the file was so big. Also going on right now, yesterday afternoon, I did send out our newsletters to all the people that are getting digital copies from us. So you should have received that yesterday. If you have not received your digital copy of the newsletter, please let me know at 931-305-0869. If you would like a digital copy sent to you each week, like my 30 plus followers do, we're almost actually to 50. I just can't remember how close, but we're over 30 right now. If you would like a copy sent to you, make sure you text me at 931-305-0869 and text the keyword local voice on that. I'll put this down here for you so you can see it. And then also add your email so I can send it to your email as soon as possible. So again, right now, you know, a big thing, somebody came up to me and we get a lot of stories sent to us on a daily, which I am so thankful and grateful for because I'm so blessed to live in a community like this. But with that said, one thing that, you know, I wanted to make sure because with all the other outlets of information, I wanted you guys to know our mission statement here at the Local Voice here at Warren First, because, you know, I want to make sure that we fact check. I want to make sure that we talk to if you call me and say, well, hey, Kelly Walker Slaughter did da-da-da. Well, guess what we're going to do? I'm actually going to call Kelly Walker Slaughter and sit down with them and talk to them and ask them, you know, this and that. And the other big thing is here at Warren First and with the Local Voice is we are not here to separate or cause division. We are here to talk about the huge amazingness of diversity, but we're also here to unite our community. And that is really big for me. And I wanted to make sure I got that across in this mission statement because I know that people's feelings get hurt. Mine gets hurt a lot of the time when things don't go my way as well. But I just want you guys out there that listen to my show, and if you know me, you know this is me through and through. But my biggest thing is to unite our community, and by doing that, I do not ever want to harmfully or destructively hurt someone or something ever, and it's just never going to happen. But if there's the facts out there, then I will get them out there. But if it's going to hurt someone, I just can't do it. I just can't. So, and explain that all in that letter right there for you guys. Another thing, of course, that we have in our newsletter is our Sideline Stories is back. And I want to say a shout out to Brent Carden. He is going to be our Sideline Stories sponsor, which is amazing. But again, these are all the photos he took at the DeKalb County game. So we're going to work hand in hand. And if there are any, I'm going to make some phone calls today as well. I know I got a lead in for who goes to the ball games each week. But I need somebody, if you know somebody that goes to the middle school games, as well as volleyball and soccer. I need the scores first and foremost, and then like a brief, maybe like one or two, if you know who scored the most goals or who to you outshined in the game. And then I'm going to come up with something like I did here in our Warren County versus DeKalb County football game. But with that said, when I was hearing it, and also too, if anybody knows if the soccer team is on game changer. I have that game app that for the softball and baseball. But if you know of anybody that's got soccer or volleyball, as well as the football, I don't know if they have that on Game Changer. But I'm going to ask around because that helps me stay informed about the games on this app because I just can't be to everyone. And I would like to start showcasing every sport. And when I say every sport, I'm also talking about the JRTC battalion. I'm also talking about the fishing, the bowling, everybody. Okay. So it'd just be really great to get that out there. Wrestling, all you guys. Okay. But with that said, that's the little article. And thanks to Britt Carden for hooking us up with those amazing photos. Followed by, of course, if you missed Relay for Life, of course, we all know Relay for Life is not just a fundraiser for some of us folks. It's a symbol of hope. And it gives us hope each and every year that the money that we raise goes into the research. And I know people are like, I hate hearing that word sometimes, but I get it. But if you have had family members that have had cancer ever since you were like a wee little baby, like myself, and you can see the different progression and how much money goes into research and how it helps. It really does. It really does. But there's that. It talks about all the stuff about what Relay's about. And then it's got showcasing all the pictures. Once we get a grand total of how much money they raised, I'm going to get Carla to come in on the show to talk about it. Disco Inferno over the weekend was on fire. So if you missed it, or shame on you, like myself, but our Miss Melody Krim, our local creator content that helps me find stuff all the time. I couldn't do it without her. She was there, and that's what the photos are from. And I love Darren's photo. If anybody can't see her, I mean, she's working it. I love it. I love it. But with that said, if you missed it, Warren Arts' next production, if I'm correct, is going to be the Allison in Wonderland Junior, which today is your last day to audition unless you called Allie Morton or went to the Warren Arts page to schedule a different time. But yesterday was the first audition, and today they're doing another one, and I want to say that's at 6:30. Let me go double check. Because that did change. The times changed. Hold on. Let's see. Here we go. I want to make sure I tell you guys correctly. Oh, here it is. As it's taking its sweet time. Yeah. So today the auditions are from 6 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. And it's still over here at the Park Theater. You can't miss it. So if you have a child 5th grade to 12th grade, come today and audition from 6 to 7:15 for Warren Arts. Warren Arts' version of Allison in Wonderland Junior. And if you want to know, the show will be broadcasting November the 15th through the 17th. And like I said, contact Allie Morton or go to the Warren Arts page for more details. And then, of course, wrapping it up, my husband actually went to this. The FC Boyd Christian Golf fundraiser was over the weekend. They had 36 teams, you guys. Phenomenal. Good job. But again, keep on going. We got of course, our article about Farm to Table, a celebration of the community, and all the funds that was raised that night went to the revitalization of downtown. So again, make sure you check that out. Your voice and your choice. I went out there. And again, I wish I could blow this up, but if you go and look where it says the deadline to register for general election, it is October the 7th. I cannot stress this out enough. And I'm going to talk about this until election time. But if you need help registering to vote, because you're not a registered voter, or maybe you used to be, but you weren't because of some criminal things and stuff, you can actually go to the Tennessee Mental Health Consumers Association, and they will tell you the guidelines and the rules that apply and how you can redo it. Or you can also go to the election committee's office here in Warren County and talk to Susie and her fine staff. They do an amazing job. And ask them, like, how does this work? Another way is I put it on there in our newsletter. There is a link where you can go to the Tennessee.gov website and register to vote that way. And if you don't want to go online through your computer or laptop, you can also go. It's a cool little app, and it's called Go Vote TN. I'm going to, real quickly pull this out for just a second so you can see mine. So this is what the app looks like. Go Vote TN. And then once you download it, you register. If you like, whether you're registered or not, you just sign up this way. So easy. And if you are going to be turning 18 after October the 7th, they have told me to tell you guys to download this app, register with your birthday and all your information. And then once your birthday changes over, as long as you register before October the 7th, you will be able to get to vote in the general election in November. Okay? So make sure if your child or if you are 18 or older that's listening or fixing to turn 18, that is the easiest way to do that. Okay? And also, too, I tell you what, man, the Chamber of Commerce is killing it. So on the Business Buzz, I still couldn't get all the new members, so we're going to put some more new members on the next page. But we had 2 ribbon cuttings last week, one with Lifelong Primary Care, and the other one was with the Crafty Hut. Again, please check out these amazing businesses. One, of course, the Crafty Hut is downtown right across from me over here. And then the lifelong primary care, I can say this, is on the way in town, and it's really close, super close, at the new buildings that have been made, like by Little Caesars. And one thing, like a lot of people have been hearing, if you're a pharmacist, like they were telling me, is there's just not enough primary care people. They're always so busy or they're full. So I think this is great. Lifelong Primary Care, make sure you check them out. They handle all ages. And then lastly, with the Chamber of Commerce, the photo contest is coming. It's getting close. If you have not submitted a photo that could be put in the calendar, you need to do that by September 13th. That is the deadline. And I know that's during the fair, in the middle of the fair, but that is your go-to to get your stuff in there, okay, guys? So make sure September the 13th, that is your cutoff to get that information in. Also, too, I got to give a shout out to my boy. Congrats to Cole Taylor's hole in one. I am so proud of you, Cole. He got his hole in one, of course, at the McMinnville Country Club, hole number 14 with a 9-iron. And of course, I talked about his story there, and then his quote that I got from him. And if anybody knows Cole Taylor, that is Cole Taylor, through thick and thin as well. But love that guy. He's just so fun to hang out with, him and his wife, Haley. So again, make sure if you see Cole Taylor, you tell him you heard it on here that he got a hole in one, because that is once in a lifetime for sure. And lastly, of course, we had, this is the folks with the Tennessee Mental Health Consumers Association. Jenny, what came in here, and she talked about, I was not aware of the Overdose Awareness Month is August. And so I did a little article on that, because it is a time for reflection and action. And with that said, back in May, she lost her nephew, Jason Shane Armstrong Jr. And so I put his flyer in there. But it's just so crazy how, and I want to emphasize on this, because this is the totals. Now, this is the totals through the whole United States. 76,226 deaths of overdose, okay, which breaks down to 150 deaths per day and one every 5 minutes. Now, with the stats, of course, Everything's always behind. But back in 2021, in the state of Tennessee, we had 3,814 overdose deaths. Now in 2022, it's gone up just a little bit, but we rather it go down than go up. And it's now at 3,826 deaths. And with that said, you always have to, think like how much has it gone up, or you hope it's gone down, but but thank you, Jenny, for all that information. And it's just eye-opening, I think, and I would say the more we know, the better we are. Second Chances, a little shout out to Holly Cox and Keith as they're trying to find homes for these dogs. And I asked Missy Tillafero, she is our dog animal lover. I said, has any of these animals that we've posted on our newsletter and we talk about on our show, have they found homes yet? And she said, no, not yet. So listen, they are fully booked. And one thing that, we want to help push here is about spaying and neutering your animals. I'm going to sound like Bob Barker for just a little bit. It is very, very important to spay and neuter your animals. And I'll tell you why in just a minute. But this is Sally Ann is at the top and Evie is at the bottom. So if you are interested in any dog, like purchasing or buying an animal for your family, I cannot stress this enough. I know that it's so stinking cute to have a cute little puppy, which right now I think they do. There's some puppies available. But with that said, these animals did not have a choice to come in this world. And if we can't find a home for them, what can we do? And we don't want to do the ultimate thing. And it's not going to come to that because we don't have those shelters here in our town, thankfully. But if we can't find them a home, why not do donations, right? So we here at Warren First are setting up a Second Chances donation QR code where you can, whatever you can. But we are going to start just collecting money throughout the year for Holly and them. That's my goal, is to just help provide with whatever they need. And if they need dog food, I'll put it out there. If they need cat litter, I'll put it out there. Dog beds, whatever. We're going to do something to help them to maintain these dogs and to keep them happy. And if anybody wants to ever volunteer to do dog walking and things like that, that is another option to do. But going back to what I was talking about, spaying and neutering. Here is the information on spay and neuter and the importance of it. And it also goes down here. One of the reasons I was talking to Melissa about helping raise money funds for them is for the simple fact of helping to spay and neuter. Some people, when you get a rescue animal, don't want to take the dog in because of how much it may cost. Because some people charge you as low as $30-something to spay and neuter, up to $200 or $300 to spay and neuter. But there are places that specifically, if you go to them, you fill out your information and you can tell them how much you make, and they charge you according to how much you make. And so I think that's really relevant. So make sure you get that today. Of course, our upcoming events calendar, there's the Warren County Middle School upcoming stuff with football, volleyball, and soccer. Don't forget the quarterly luncheon is coming up with Ascension, sponsored, of course, by Ascension Health, and the speaker that will be Dale Humphrey. We got the college days coming up this weekend or this Friday for the senior kids. We also got coming up next Friday, a week from this Friday, is the middle school safety summit, followed by all these events coming up. We got the fair events, of course, pancake breakfast. We got the free event, the David R. Bobby Ray Memorial Workout that is also going to be coming up as well. Just a ton of stuff, guys. And the Duck Derby, Sip and Savor. Don't forget those tickets. Sip and Savor right now, it's $40 per ticket. but the night of the event, it's $45. So make sure you get that. And also, too, if you haven't got your Autumn on My Mind, father-daughter, and mother-son dance tickets, Covenant changed their dance this year to September the 28th, just because there wasn't as many dances as going on that night or that month, because, we're trying to separate all that. So again, the theme is Autumn on My Mind. The food is going to be a taste of McMinnville. And now I can talk about some of the food that we will be having that night, because courtesy of me calling everybody. Thanks to Prater's Barbecue, Collins River Barbecue, Juicy's, Depot Bottom, and Kimmy's. So with that said, we're going to have chicken tenders, macaroni and cheese, baked beans, cornbread, salad, a pasta salad, cupcakes, cookies, all this and more. So again, it is going to be a real nice treat. The main dish is going to be chicken tenders served with mac and cheese, baked beans, cornbread, salad, and a pasta salad. And then dessert's going to be cookies and cupcakes inspired by fall pies. So thank you to everybody for that, because that's the little taste of McMinnville for you. We're also, the tickets are on sale right now for $35 a piece. But after you purchase your first two, the next three, because if you have 2 or 3 daughters or sons or whatever the case may be, the price goes down $5 off on any purchasing after that. So make sure you get that as well. And then lastly, I added this in there. It just talks about what we do here at Warren First. A lot of people still are asking me, what do you do at Warren First 931? Well, here's what we do. We have a daily podcast, we have a text clip, and we have a weekly newsletter. And we have now expanded not only on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. We're now not only on Spotify, but we've broadened our podcast audio endeavors to Apple, Amazon, and Audible. So there you go. So it's just a little extra of stuff. And I wanted to go through this quickly this morning. I had a rough night, not going to lie. My little baby girl decided that she wanted to wake up at 1:30 and she didn't go back to bed until 4:30. And so I'm a little wore out, but I am going to be getting off here now because I got to go pick up the newsletters and deliver them this morning. And I have one meeting I got to do before some stuff today before I get the kids. But with that said, if you did not hear at the beginning of the show, I am looking for a parent or a student that goes to the high school games, middle school games, whether that is volleyball, soccer, and football. If there's and also the battalion, the JROTC stuff. I think that's the 4 things that's going on right now. Now, if the cheerleaders or pioneerettes have like competitions going on, I want to know about those as well to put in our newsletter for our sideline stories. And thanks again to Brent Carden for working with us on our sideline stories and providing us with photos. We love you, man. But with that said, take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day. It has been a great semi-stress-free morning. And don't forget that this Labor Day weekend, it's going to be a beautiful weather, beautiful sunny skies. It's going to be perfect in the mid-80s for everybody. So embrace it as you should. Other than that, take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. And remember,